welcome back to another video. Yo, we jamming today. Hope you're all having a fantastic first Saturday. I don't know what day this video is going up, but whatever day it is, I hope you're having a great one. Today we're talking about how to sound better than you actually are. And you know what? Considering I'm not very good, I take these, tips to heart. All right, so today, yo, knee slaps. It's getting serious. Oh, hello, randomly me from the future. Couple of things in this video. The cameras were being freaky and messed up, so I only have the super close-up angle and then the one where I'm talking. But the audio messed up on the part where I was explaining what this video is about. The whole point of this video is that there's little things that you pick up as you have been playing over the years. If you've been playing 5, 10, 15 years, you figure out all these little things that you don't see beginners do and all that stuff. But if you can incorporate this stuff, it really kind of relays the image of a much more seasoned player. So that was the whole principle of this video. And without the explanation, it's probably just like, what's this jerk talking about? So that's what the video is about. And I hope you enjoy these little licks and stuff. So later, woo! Now these are all little things that you pick up over time. So if you are more of a beginner, maybe intermediate guitar player, you can incorporate a lot of these little, just these tiny little nuances that you put in your playing that really just bring it on home. Okay, I'm sorry. Copyright. Let's stop it right there. So the whole concept of this video came about when someone asked me what I was doing when I ended I don't remember the exact lick that I was doing, but I ended it with this. That classic, Joe Bonamassa kind of, most people call it a major third bend. I actually did not get that from Joe Bonamassa. I got that from an amazing guitar player. Both, obviously, Joe's amazing. But the guitarist I got it from was Doug Rappaport. So if you're not familiar with him, oh my God, check out Doug. He's like a life-changing guitar player. I love his style so much. I saw him first doing it like this. And basically what you're doing, it's just a really cool way to either start a phrase, end a phrase, whatever it is. But listen, if I ended a phrase like this, which one do you like better? What if I went... Although I bent a little bit out of tune there. To me, that one with that major third bend, I was like, ooh, go ahead, get to that major third. I enjoyed it. I was like, whoa, like that's the way you end a lick, It's the same way, you don't want to go like, end it, make it exciting, like those little things like a bow, those are all those little details that all the legends do and all that kind of stuff that we can all take away and add to our own playing. So that major third bend, the way that I'm doing it is I'm holding down a third fret on the low E string. Now I use my thumb, which I have a Band-Aid on, so it's making it a little bit more difficult, but I'm playing third fret on the low E string and then third fret on the G. Now that is my root and my minor third. Okay? So they're kind of clashing it up right there. Now what I want to do is I'm going to bend my minor third up a half step into a major third, and it makes it resolve very nicely. So almost has like a very slide kind of sound. Oh. You can do it together. And that'd be a nice one over a G. You don't have to use your thumb if you don't want to. Now the other way you can do it is on the A string. There's lots of ways you can do this, but I'm just going to show you two ways. This one would be a C or a D. We'll go up here to the D position. And you would just go like this. You root your note on the A string, so this would be a D note. Now find your minor third all the way up here, which would be 6th fret on the B. Okay? Again, there's that root, minor third. So then we know that a half step away is your major third. If you know your basic chord, then you can visualize where that major third is all the time. So, and all I'm doing is a half step. You can hear the notes, so they'll really go together. perfectly in tune. I tend to do it where there's a little bit more rub on the note, where it goes like... There's a little bit ugly, a little bit more grit into it if those notes don't perfectly line up. It's just how I like to do it. It's all personal preference, but throw that into your playing. I'm telling you what, you do that kind of stuff and it makes people go like, what'd you just do there? You know, like it's just, as soon as Doug did it, that's exactly what I did. And then I heard Joe Bonamassa do it a little bit later, and I think it was like a Guitarist magazine interview. He talked about that kind of thing. And I was just like, yo, that is sweet. It caught my attention immediately when I heard them do that stuff. So incorporate that into your playing. I'm telling you, it makes it seem like you know what's up, even if you're like me and you don't know what's up. What's up? All right, so next is if you're able to just sit there and groove. You know, you don't want to be the noodler. And we all go through that phase where we just like to noodle around and stuff. But a lot of times, you know, people can be, if you're trying to impress people or you're just trying to jam with people, whatever your outcome is, you know, or maybe you just want to play guitar. That's usually what my goal is. I just want to play guitar. But playing with groove is so important. You know, if I sat here and played something like this, tell me if this makes you want to move to it, you know. It's off rhythm, there's no groove to it. Focusing on rhythm is such a crucial component for all guitar players. You know, regardless of skill level, any of that stuff. I don't care if you can sweep all day long. Gotta play with groove, you gotta play with rhythm. And it's so important to be able to, you should be able to sit there and just play rhythm. Like I said, if you were in a band, you know, you don't always, I've always been the lead guitar player, but I was always more than happy when I was in a band with another guitar player. I'm like, yeah, dude, take a solo here. Like, I'll just play rhythm. Like, playing rhythm is fun, you know? So sit there and like I said, okay, so let's play something with some groove to it, you know? Like, what I can't remember what I played in the intro of the video, but it was, you know, that do bum bum. I can always hear the drums. Do ba do do ba do 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 do. You know, that's kind of the riff. What I think it was similar to that anyway. Okay, now this is where, as you progress as a guitar player, this is one of my biggest faults. Is I try to deviate too much from the riff, but sometimes you just need to sit there and not play anything extra, just play the rhythm. Because I know personally there's nothing worse than trying to jam with someone who can't hold down the rhythm. Because it's awful whenever you're sitting there, you played rhythm, the other person solos, and all of a sudden it goes time to switch, it's your turn to solo, and they can't hold the rhythm down. And you're just like, dude, you're killing me. You're making me sound bad because I can't play because I'm so focused on your rhythm is all over the place. So sit there and try to pick out a riff, maybe it's this one, and just sit there and groove on it and don't do anything extra. This is like a note to myself. Don't do anything extra. So this is the rhythm. And it's real simple. I'm not. If you've seen my video on the rock box, that's all I'm really doing. My foot's falling asleep. That's literally all I'm doing. Sorry, I played the wrong note. Nothing to it. It's just, but it's the groove. Because if I just play those notes. No groove to it, whatever, but if I go... See, I naturally just want to keep adding stuff to it. Ah, such a bad habit. Tell you what, man, being able to play rhythm and hold it down makes you seem like much more of a seasoned player. There we go. Seasoned, sessioned, you know, whatever. Bending, vibrato, all that good stuff. They're all important. I'll show you a little thing that a lot of people actually ask about with bending. Now, obviously, bending and vibrato, they're their own, you know, stratosphere. boom, boom, Telecaster, Stratocaster, never mind. Own stratosphere of mastering those. You spend your whole life working on your vibrato, you know, whatever kind of vibrato you want. You'll spend your whole life working on trying to develop your bending and vibrato and pitch and all that kind of stuff. So that is very difficult to master early on. Actually, I don't know if you ever master it. You just kind of always have to work on it. But one thing is the rake into the bends. And I love the way this sounds, because listen to like a normal bend. Okay, so there's your bend. Now, one thing that always sounds cool, and I got this from Stevie Ray Vaughan, is a rake into the bend. Oh, it sounds so cool. All you do, and I actually get asked this, like I said, quite often. When you do that little percussive rake into stuff, it adds an extra layer of dynamics to what you're playing. Now, how you do that, at least how I do it, is I actually move my hand forward. Watch my right hand here. So when I'm playing, I have it, you know, back here. I'm kind of resting on the bridge a little bit. But what I do is when I rake, I move my hand forward, because it's basically like if you palm muted. Here, that's normally the sound you don't want. Well, when you're doing this little rake attack on the strings, you actually want that sound, because you don't want the notes to be louder than the note you're actually trying to play. So here you get a bunch of dead sound, but it gives you, it's kind of like a ghost note, I guess. Listen to the difference. That little percussiveness right behind the note. You know, and you hear... Lots of guys do that, and like I said, it adds a lot of attitude and emphasis, and you typically don't see beginners and stuff like that doing those kinds of things when they're playing, and it's not so much because I think that they can't do it. I think maybe they haven't noticed it yet, or you know, they're not, their ear isn't enough along to be like, oh, he's raking the strings. Like you can hear when someone does it. Kirk Hammett, for example, is someone who I don't know if I've ever heard him rake the strings. He pretty much always goes like picks the note and bends. It's more like versus, you know, it's his bending's not a personal favorite of mine, but it's a good example of the not a rake attack to the string. And you can also rake, that's more like a down rake. You can rake up too, do the same technique, but mute with your left hand now. My buddy Steve from Boston is the master at the up rake. He has such a good technique with it. He's actually probably the first one I really saw doing that, and I probably got that more from him than anyone. So watch him to see just some awesome up rake picking. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you is kind of like a little bit of a country-ish thing, and I think the reason why, oh, my computer's going to sleep. The why I think it makes it sound more advanced is because it requires like total control of the note. And what I mean is like giving your note no breathing room. Is the word staccato? Maybe, who knows. Something like that. Like I said, that's very country sounding. I understand that. But it really requires a lot of left and right hand coordination, almost like sweeping does in a way, because your hands have to be totally in sync as far as like what note is going to be left hand muted, what note's going to be picked, what note's going to be fretted, what note's going to be plucked. So the way that I'm doing it, it's a real simple lick. It's not even so much about the lick. We'll just do that part of it. So what I'm doing here is it's like G minor pentatonic. I pluck that 6th fret on the beat with my middle finger. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You can't see my hand too much, but I'm plucking it with my middle finger. Now what happens is I almost like rake through the string, because then I use my middle finger on my left hand and I mute the G and the D, and it gives me those two dead notes. Like I said, it's a very percussive style of playing. Okay? And I'm going to go 4, and I slide down to 3, because 3 is the note I actually want to hit. So you hear those, like I said, they're like percussive ghost notes. You hear it a lot in country. You know, that kind of sound. So like I said, just do that little part there. Try to move it up chromatically. You know, get that under your fingers, and then what you can do is you can move it down, and I just do the same pattern. I go. Okay? That. You know, just do it all over the place. Like I said, I do it kind of like randomly when I'm doing a lick. Make it percussive, y'all. Alrighty, homies, that is it. I hope you all have a great rest of the week. I am ready. I'm ready to go not be sitting up. My back has been killing me, but yo, we're making these videos, not wimping out on you. Don't worry. So other than that, I should be live later today. It depends. I think this video will go up Saturday, so it should be later today. So other than that, guys, I will see you all later. Thank you all so much, always, for watching. If you want to, subscribe and come hang out. If not, yo, that's cool too, man. Thanks for checking it out. Man or ma'am. Bam. Wham. Thank you, ma'am. Alright, I'll play you guys some rhythm out of here. Have a good rest of your weekend. And yo, just rock it, man. Rock it all the time.